Stop right here. Before you scroll past, let me ask you something that could change the way you see the world forever. Do you believe that being good keeps you safe? That kindness protects you? That generosity wins loyalty? That honesty automatically earns respect? If you answered yes to any of those, you're about to discover one of the most dangerous lies society has ever sold you. The biggest mistake people make is thinking that being good is the same as being safe. But here's the harsh truth. Goodness is like fire. Left unchecked, it doesn't protect, it burns. It burns through your career, your relationships, your ambitions, even your dreams. Niccolò Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. He watched good rulers lose their crowns, kind leaders get betrayed, and generous people be crushed by those they helped. He wrote all of it down so the rest of us could learn. And that's what we're going to uncover today. The hidden cost of goodness that nobody talks about. You're going to see why blind kindness doesn't make you respected. It makes you vulnerable. You'll learn why your generosity often backfires, why people stop valuing your help, and most importantly, how to transform goodness from your greatest weakness into your sharpest weapon. Now let me be clear. I'm not asking you to become cruel. I'm not saying you should go out and hurt people. What I'm showing you is how to stop being good blindly and instead start being good strategically. Because in a world full of wolves, if you act like a sheep, you're going to be eaten alive. Before we dive in, drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose strategic goodness. From today forward, you won't hand out your kindness without thought. You'll use it with precision. Let's begin with the first shocking truth. Number 1, goodness as exposure. Think about the kindest person you know. Got them in mind? Now ask yourself, are they truly respected, or are they the one everyone calls when something needs doing? That's the reality. Being good often makes you vulnerable, not secure. When you're always kind, people start to see you as predictable. They know you'll never push back. They know you'll always say yes. They know you won't fight for yourself. That predictability is exactly what makes you easy to exploit. You become the go-to doormat, the coworker who stays late, the friend who always picks up the tab, the relative who sacrifices their own needs for everyone else's. Let me give you a real example. I knew a manager, one of the most supportive leaders you could imagine. He always covered for his team, took extra shifts, and defended them in meetings. Guess what happened when it came time for promotion? They chose someone else. Why? Because his endless niceness made him look like a servant, not a leader. People don't respect blind goodness. They exploit it. Think about it. When someone is always available, their help becomes worthless. When someone never sets boundaries, people walk right over them. When someone never shows teeth, everyone assumes they don't have any. That's how being good slowly turns into weakness. Machiavelli himself wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself against wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves." You've been trying to survive as a sheep, and that's why you keep getting hurt. Drop this in the comments right now. I protect my energy. Number 2, the generosity trap. Here's something that will blow your mind. The more you give, the less people appreciate it. Sounds backwards, right? But it's true. Generosity creates short-term applause. At first, people cheer for you, shower you with compliments, and talk about how amazing you are. But over time, something dangerous happens. Your generosity becomes invisible. It breeds dependency, entitlement, and eventually resentment. Here's why. The first time you help someone, they're grateful. The second time, they're thankful. By the 10th time, they expect it. And when you finally say no, they don't remember the 9 times you helped. They only remember the 1 time you refused. Suddenly, you're selfish. You're the bad guy. You see this everywhere. Parents who constantly buy their kids whatever they want quickly discover that the gifts stop feeling special. The children start expecting the new phone, the new shoes, the new gadget. And the moment the parents say no, the kids act like they've been betrayed. It's the same in friendships. You're the one always paying the bill, always driving, always helping people move. At first they thank you, but soon they stop noticing. And when you need them to show up for you, suddenly they're too busy. This is the generosity trap. You give until giving defines you. But the moment you stop, you become the villain in other people's stories. Your kindness doesn't create loyalty, it creates addiction. And like addicts, people get angry when their supply is cut off. Psychology explains this perfectly. Humans adapt to good things fast. It's called hedonic adaptation. What feels special at first quickly becomes normal. And once it's normal, people stop appreciating it. So your 10 acts of kindness disappear into the background, while your one refusal sticks out like a red flag. That's why at work, staying late once makes you a hero. Staying late every night makes it your new baseline. And the moment you leave on time, people whisper that you're not committed. Machiavelli warned us about this long ago. Benefits ought to be conferred gradually, and in that way they will taste better. He understood what most people don't. Scarcity creates value. Abundance destroys it. So if you want your kindness to matter, it has to be given strategically, not endlessly. Drop this in the comments. I give strategically. Number 3, the mask of virtue. Here's the next uncomfortable truth. Society doesn't reward reality. It rewards appearances. People don't care if you're genuinely good. They care if you look good. They don't judge your heart. They judge your image. And that means if you want to hold influence, you need to master the mask of virtue. Think about the most successful people you know. Do you honestly believe they got there by being nice to everyone all the time? Of course not. They got there by being smart about when and how they showed their goodness. They know how to smile in public and make hard decisions in private. They show kindness when it helps them, and they show strength when it's needed. They understand that appearing virtuous is often more powerful than being virtuous. Now, that doesn't mean being fake. Think of it like surgery. A doctor might cut you open to save your life. From the outside, it looks brutal, but underneath, it's the right thing to do. True leaders are the same. Sometimes the most good thing you can do is the one that doesn't look good in the moment. Saying no, setting boundaries, making an unpopular decision. The mask of virtue is about timing. Most people get this backward. They show weakness to their enemies and strength to their friends. The wise flip it. They show strength to rivals and gentleness to allies. Machiavelli nailed it when he said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." Perception shapes reality. If people see you as weak, you are weak. If they see you as strong, you become strong. So remember this: goodness works best when paired with power. Never confuse the two. Drop this in the comments. I control my image. That's where we'll pause for now. In the next section, we'll dig into how kindness drains your resources, why gratitude is an illusion, and how to flip your goodness into lasting strength. Number 4, the economics of power. Every choice you make has a cost. Every time you agree to a favor, every time you say yes when you want to say no, every moment you spend fixing someone else's problem, that's time, energy, and attention you can never get back. The mistake most good people make is thinking their kindness is free, but it's not. It drains your most valuable resources, your time, your energy, and your focus. And once those are gone, you can't get them back. Let me put it simply. Saying yes to someone else always means saying no to yourself. Think about the oxygen mask instructions on an airplane. They tell you to put your mask on first, then help others. Why? Because if you pass out while trying to save someone else, now 2 people need rescuing instead of 1. Life works the same way. If you keep exhausting yourself by serving others first, eventually you become the one who needs saving. I had to learn this lesson the hard way. For years, I thought being available for everyone was noble. I took every request, stayed late at work, helped with projects that weren't mine, and sacrificed my own goals to help other people with theirs. And do you know what happened? I ended up bitter, resentful, and completely drained. My own ambitions stalled, my relationships suffered, and worst of all, I couldn't even show up fully for the people who truly mattered. That's when I realized unlimited kindness isn't sustainable. It doesn't make you more helpful. It makes you less. Because when you burn out, you can't support anyone, not even yourself. Machiavelli said it best. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. And if you can't command your own resources, your time, your focus, your energy, you'll never command respect from others. This doesn't make you selfish. It makes you smart. Protecting your resources is the only way to make your goodness last. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I protect my resources. Number 5, strategic use of virtue. Now let's make something clear. I'm not telling you to throw away virtues like kindness, honesty, or generosity. These are powerful forces, but like any powerful tool, they only work when used at the right time, in the right way. Think of a sword. Sitting on a shelf, it doesn't protect anyone. But placed in the hands of a skilled warrior at the right moment, it can save an entire kingdom. Your goodness should work the same way. The problem is that most people treat goodness like a blanket. They spread it everywhere, hoping it will keep them safe. But in reality, it just makes them look weak and predictable. Real power comes from using goodness selectively. Instead of helping everyone a little bit, help the right people a lot. Instead of being nice to everyone, be genuinely good to those who matter most. Instead of saying yes to everything, say yes powerfully to the things that align with your goals. This creates 3 things. Scarcity. When your kindness isn't endless, it becomes valuable. Impact. By focusing, your goodness creates bigger, more meaningful change. Respect. People value you more when you're selective. Think about respected leaders. Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't nice to injustice. He confronted it boldly. Mother Teresa didn't try to help everyone in the world. She dedicated herself to the poorest of the poor. Both were seen as deeply good, but their goodness was strategic, not blind. How can you apply this? Before you say yes to anything, ask yourself 3 questions. Does this align with my values and goals? Can I do this without draining myself? Will this person truly value and respect my help? If the answer to any of those is no, then the answer you give should also be no. And here's the key. You don't need to be harsh about it. You can say no kindly but firmly. When you do say yes, make it count. Show up fully. Put real effort into it. Let your kindness create an impact that people remember. Machiavelli once wrote, "The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present." What he meant is simple. Sometimes you can't keep every promise without destroying yourself. Sometimes being good to one person means disappointing another. Sometimes protecting your dream means upsetting people who want to use your time. So don't aim to be endlessly agreeable. Aim to be effectively good. That's what creates real power. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose effective kindness. Number 6, the illusion of gratitude. Here's a truth most people don't want to hear. Gratitude has an expiration date. The help you give, the sacrifices you make, the favors you offer, they don't live forever in people's memories. In fact, the more you give, the less grateful people become. At first, your kindness feels special, but soon it becomes the new normal. And once it's normal, people don't appreciate it anymore. They just expect it. Think about a neighbor you help move. The first time, they're overflowing with thanks. The second time, they're still grateful, but a little less so. The third time, now they just assume you'll help. And by the fourth time, if you say no, suddenly you're the one being unfair. This is how the human mind works. It's not that people are cruel, it's just psychology. We adapt to good treatment so fast that we forget it's special. Your generosity fades in their memory, while the one time you disappoint them sticks out like a scar. It happens everywhere. At work, you stay late over and over. Soon, nobody even notices. But leave on time once, and people act like you've slacked off. In relationships, you compromise endlessly. That becomes expected. But the one time you put your foot down, you're difficult. In friendships, you're always available. That availability becomes invisible. The one time you're busy, you're selfish. This is the illusion of gratitude. We think that doing more good things will make people love us more. In reality, it often does the opposite. The more you give, the less people notice. The less you give, the more they value what you do give. Machiavelli captured this perfectly. Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand. For everyone can see and few can feel. People see what you appear to be, but they rarely remember what you've done. That's why people don't live in your history of kindness. They live in their current perception of you. Your past sacrifices fade into the background. What matters most is what you're doing for them right now. And if you're not careful, this can make you bitter. You'll feel like no one appreciates your effort, like your endless giving was wasted. But the truth is, it wasn't wasted. It was just given without strategy. So here's what you need to do. Set boundaries. Don't make your help constant. Let people feel what life is like without your support sometimes. That's how they remember your value. That's how your kindness regains its impact. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I create lasting impact. That's where we'll pause again. In the final section, we'll uncover why results matter more than intentions, how to build a legacy of strength, and how to turn goodness into power without losing yourself. Number 7, results over intentions. Most people think being good means wanting good things for others. They believe that if their heart is in the right place, the world will recognize it. But here's the truth. Intentions don't matter nearly as much as results. If you're kind, but your kindness allows someone toxic to take advantage of you, did your good intentions really create good? If you sacrifice your dreams to please others and end up bitter, was that truly virtuous? Machiavelli said it bluntly. Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see and few can feel. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. People don't feel your inner goodness. They only see the outcomes you create. And if those outcomes are weakness, exhaustion, and frustration, then no amount of pure intentions will protect your reputation. History remembers leaders who delivered results, not those who merely tried. That's why Machiavelli argued that a ruler should focus less on appearing merciful, faithful, or generous, and more on whether his actions preserve power and stability. The same is true for your life. Don't ask, did I mean well? Ask instead, did my actions produce strength, respect, or progress? So the next time you're tempted to say yes out of guilt, stop and ask, what result will this create? If it drains you, weakens you, or empowers the wrong person, then no matter how noble your intention, it's not truly good. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I focus on results, not intentions. Number 8, building a reputation of strength. Here's something people rarely admit. Respect protects you more than love ever will. Love is fickle. People love you when you serve their needs. But when you stop, that love can vanish overnight. Respect, on the other hand, lasts. Respect creates boundaries even when people don't like you. Machiavelli wrote, "It is much safer to be feared than loved if you have to choose." Notice, he didn't say fear is better than love. He said it's safer, because love is unreliable. But fear, or let's soften that word to respect, makes people think twice before crossing you. When you always try to be good, you end up liked but not respected. People smile at you, but secretly they don't take you seriously. They know you'll bend, you'll break, you'll forgive. That's not strength, it's fragility disguised as virtue. So how do you build a reputation of strength without turning cold or cruel? Say no consistently. Every no reinforces the idea that your time and energy are valuable. Enforce boundaries. If someone disrespects you, call it out. Don't let it slide. Don't explain too much. Powerful people don't over-justify their decisions. A short, firm answer carries more weight than a long excuse. Deliver excellence. When you do say yes, make sure your work is so strong that people can't dismiss you. Here's the irony. When you stop trying to be liked, people often end up liking you more. Why? Because your strength commands respect, and respect makes others value their relationship with you. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose respect over approval. Number 9, the legacy of strategic goodness. Now let's tie everything together. If you followed along, you see the pattern. Being endlessly good drains you, blinds you, and eventually makes you powerless. But using goodness strategically, protecting your resources, choosing when to be generous, focusing on results, this transforms you into someone whose goodness actually matters. Here's the paradox. If you want your kindness to have lasting impact, you can't give it away freely. You must guard it, sharpen it, and release it with precision. That's what makes it powerful. Think of water. A flood destroys everything. It's overwhelming, but chaotic. A river, on the other hand, carves valleys and shapes landscapes over centuries. Why? Because it's directed. It has boundaries. Your goodness must be like that river, focused, deliberate, unstoppable. Machiavelli wasn't against goodness. He simply warned that blind goodness gets exploited, while strategic goodness changes history. So here's the ultimate truth. Being too good makes you weak, but being wisely good makes you unforgettable. Closing words. If you want to protect your power, stop trying to be endlessly nice. Start being selectively good. Protect your time, your energy, your focus. Say no when it matters. Demand respect over approval. And remember, results will always speak louder than intentions. The world doesn't reward those who are the nicest. It rewards those who are the strongest while still knowing how to be good at the right time. Drop this final affirmation in the comments. I practice strategic goodness. And if this message resonated with you, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more deep insights from Machiavelli, Nietzsche, Jung, and the masters of power and psychology. Because your power doesn't grow from being liked. It grows from being respected.